Three claps, your boy Swain's back at it again, Swain Swaggy Sense. And in today's video, it's going to be another tag video by your boy Ace Vendetta Smell Better. And these are going to be 10 backup bottle worthy fragrances. Some of the fragrances I already have a couple, if not a few backup bottles on, and some that I don't have in my collection, but I just have one bottle of it. And I would tend to lean more to, you know, finishing that bottle before getting the backup bottle, but for sure gonna have to put that in my mind to make sure that it's still gonna be on the rack or it's still gonna be online before that fragrance is gone. So without further ado, let's get into this review. The first fragrance that I got that is going to be backup bottle worthy is going to be from the house of Dior, and that's going to be Dior Homme 2020. And this was in the last video that I did, and with that being said, it's going to keep being put in any other video that it needs to be put in, because this is just a masterpiece. You know, obviously it's not your DNA from your original Dior Homme 10s, all of that type of iris, powdery, lipsticky type of vibe and scent profile. This one you get more so of a cashmere wood. You get some bergamot in there, ICOE super. This is just a all-around great scent, formal, seductive. You can put this in any other category that you would like to use. You cannot go wrong with this. You're going to get compliments, you're going to get a scent bubble, you're going to get a scent trail, and people are going to ask what you're wearing. All right, so this is definitely backup bottle worthy. And like I said, I haven't put too much of a dent in this, so I want to get to a point where it's almost close to finished. But once again, I don't want to wait too long, because, you know, in some cases some fragrances don't last too long within the realms of online or rack stores. So I get about 6 to 8 hours on this, funny enough, because it does have a citrusy note, but it does have this longevity on my skin. So great fragrance. So that is Dior Homme 2020. Next fragrance that I got on this list for backup bottle worthy is going to be from the house of Mercedes-Benz, and that is going to be Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This right here, as you can see by the color, is just dark and juicy, a juicy vanilla. And I know vanilla doesn't really sound like a juicy term, but this is the most gourmandish and sweet and seductive scent. Very, very highly suggest to get this, because you can't go wrong with this. You got bergamot, you have some vanilla, obviously, some incense vibes. Man, this is very, when you talk about romantic, this is a romantic scent. Like I was just mentioning before, this is a fall and winter scent. I wouldn't recommend having this out in the hot weather that we're having right now, because you'll definitely drown yourself out and suffocate yourself as well as others with this intoxicating scent. I think this is more so of the fall and winter. So, but you need to, if you don't already have it, I would suggest you grab it. You know, this is a 8+ hour fragrance. Oh man, definitely a compliment grabber, definitely a scent bubble type of a vibe with the fragrance. And also the sillage is crazy. You're gonna have that scent just following you everywhere you go, like your own shadow. All right, your shadow is gonna be smelling just as good as you. That's how good this smells. All right, still available from my knowledge on some websites, but this is definitely backup worthy for me, and I plan on getting it pretty soon. So that's Mercedes-Benz Club Black. So the next fragrance that I got on this list is going to be a fragrance that I've been wearing a lot lately, to be honest. I just like the old school fashion, very 1980s vibe within the realms of the old school shave butter and the shaving cream, but also putting a modern twist to it. So that is going to be from the house of Brioni, and that is going to be Brioni's EDP. This I had gotten just off of a whim. Haven't really gotten too much into this when I first got it, but when I did get it and then did my research, this was a fragrance that was for me. Okay, this right here very ozonic, green apple, some citrus notes, pink pepper, and this is gentleman-like. This is a gentleman-like type of fragrance. Very high class fragrance in a bottle, I would say, and I'm sure going to get me another bottle of this. But I'm also trying to think to myself, do I want to get the Brioni's Eclat or the Brioni's Intense, the Parfum version? I'm not sure if I should get this backup bottle, but the way that I've been getting compliments, the way that it's been making me feel, I might just stick with this one. And I think to also recognize when you find a signature scent, so to speak, that's something that you should be able to kind of hone in, and basically people will know when you're in the room wearing a certain scent. I get about 8+ hours on this scent too. It's a very formal, very wearable, non-offensive scent, and it's definitely backup bottle worthy. All right, so from the house of Brioni EDP. Next fragrance on this backup bottle worthy list is going to be from, it was crazy because I remember when I first did a video review on this fragrance, I was trying to find out where you could possibly get this online, since I got this from a store, Urban Outfitters, and the perfume was on display, and this was also at, I believe, TJ Maxx. So like I had a great steal, because at one store it was $12, the other store it was about maybe $15. Still cheap, preferably cheap, but you know, I want to save a couple more dollars, if you know what I mean. But that is going to be from the website that I've seen from Anthropology, and that is going to be Oud Sahara. Oud Sahara. Just had to turn around to make sure I'm saying it correctly. So this, to my nose, it smells like oud wood. Straight oud wood. A little bit sweeter than the actual Tom Ford's oud wood, but it has the remnants of it. So you have the agarwood, you have some cedar in here, some fruity, sweet, and spicy type of notes with this fragrance. I get about 4 to 6 hours with this, which is totally fine. You know, I could say this is for cooler, you know, maybe in the cooler summer and cooler spring, and obviously a banger for the fall and winter. It's inexpensive, so you wouldn't break the bank if you were to try and test this out. You know, I know they say try and get a sample bottle, but this is something that I would say that you're not going to really break the bank if you happen to get a full bottle. You can give this away, so it's not that big of a deal in you know, in my eyes. Okay. Oh man, it's just this fruity, nice, spicy, and woody, aromatic as well fragrance. And you know, and I got about, let's say I got this one from TJ Maxx, and then I got 2 more little backup bottles. All right, so that's how you know this thing is good. So I had already, you know, made it known that this is backup bottle worthy. Okay, so with that being said, that is Oud Sahara, backup bottle worthy. The next fragrance that I got on this list that's backup bottle worthy is going to be from the house of Lattafa, and that's Lattafa's Fakar. And I'd say that I would love to get a backup bottle of this, because once again, this has garnered, I don't know how many compliments that I would get at work. This is a inspiration or clone of YSL's EDP, and it's just this fresh green apple off the top, a little bit sweeter than the EDP. You know, I think Lattafa's way of doing things is amping up the sweetness in their fragrances more so than, you know, the designers or the niche fragrances, but this still has all the great qualities of the actual designer fragrance. You have, like I said, green apple, fresh green apple. You have some ginger in here, a little bit of spice, some floral tones to it as the dry down comes into play. This is some juniper berry. Like I said, they just amp up that sweetness, but like I said, they have some musk in here as well with the floral touches that make it just pop off your skin like it needs to. And this is a great alternative, like really, really great alternative for YSL EDP. You're not gonna break the bank. I get 10+ hours with that, honestly, and that's an all year scent. You could definitely rock this throughout the whole entire year if you wanted to. Obviously on really, really hot days, you just want to dial back on the sprays, but other than that, it's home free, and you're gonna be smelling freaking amazing. Okay, gotta grab it. So that's from the House of Lattafa, and that is Fakar. So the next fragrance that I got on this list is going to be from the House of Dua, and that's going to be Dua's Queen of Spades. And this is going to be their inspiration of Xerjoff's Pico Voyadama. And let me tell you, this is the cleanest. I don't even know why I put the cap back on. I'm supposed to spray it and smell it. So this is, I'm dropping stuff, come on, man. So this is the cleanest and freshest scent that I have smelled. Okay, this is literally like a bag full of clothes that just came out of the dryer, you know, or someone that just came out of the shower, just really soapy, has some aldehydic notes, some bergamot, some citrus notes, some floral, and also a little bit of powdery notes in here. You have some musky tones to it just to make it a little bit more cohesive with the high intensity of the aldehydic and aldehydes in this. But I get 10. You have some rose in this too, man. This is the epitome of what you would think clean means. Like if clean was in the dictionary, which it is, if clean was in the dictionary and it had pictures in terms of what the word coincides with, it would have this bottle on right next to it. Maybe it might not, but I'm saying, like, when you smell this, it smells clean and fresh and just overall great type of scent. You know, you can get this on Duo's website. They probably would have the pressurized atomizer more so because they're, you know, Dua is doing new revamped things with their product. So I have the older version. This is actually the one that I haven't put in a dent in. The other one, which I do have a backup bottle, is in the drawer, and this is a hefty dent in that. So you can tell, once again, this is backup bottle worthy. And that's from the House of Dua, and that is Dua Queen of Spades. Next fragrance that I got on this list is going to be from the House of Mont Blanc, and that's going to be Mont Blanc's Individual. And you know, the debate is saying that one of Creed's fragrances, I believe Santel. I have to go back and check. I didn't, you know, I know it. It's just I'm having a brain fart on which one it is. I'm sure that it is the one that I just said, but this right here, this is also that fabric softener, you know, clean juniper berry scent. You can't go wrong with this. It's very pleasant. I get about 8 hours with this fragrance. Have 2 backup bottles on this because I remember there was a time when I first got started within this fragrance community, they were saying that, oh, well, it's about to be discontinued. And I was part of that train of like, I gotta get it because they're saying that it's gonna be discontinued. And, you know, food for thought that I would suggest you not to have that type of mentality. You wanna try and have the mentality of like, if you have the fragrance, you know, use it to your leisure, use it to the way that you would like to use it, and don't let anyone truly influence you unless it's very, you know, influential to the point where like, okay, I'll grab it, you know, because when the whole discontinued term comes up, people go disarray. They try to find ways to try and get it, and they spend a lot of bread on it when they have a whole collection of other fragrances. But this, you know, this is a perfect scent, still available. So like I said, juniper berry, fabric softener type of vibe. You have some sandalwood, that's a santal. That's how you know that it might have been that. Orange blossom. This is just a great scent, and like I said, this is backup bottle worthy. All right, that is Mont Blanc's Individual. The fragrance that I got on this list that's backup bottle worthy is going to be from the House of Versace, and that's going to be Versace Eros Flame. Okay, and just like any other flanker that came out, you know, the community doesn't really pay too much attention to certain fragrances that don't meet up to certain standards, but this one blew me away. Just like with the Dior Homme 2020, when I first picked this up, I was just like, man, this isn't Versace Eros, but this is Versace Eros, but I think is much better than Versace Eros itself, you know, because, you know, they put flame on it. I mean, you know, as soon as you put flame on a fragrance, you know, the name, that's how you know it's going to be flame. And I'm not a rapper, okay? So what you get with this, you get some mandarin orange, get some tonka bean. You have some remnants of that original DNA of the Versace Eros. Have some black pepper in here, vanilla, 6 to 8 hour fragrance, very versatile. Definitely a summer banger because it's fresh. You know, sometimes with the original Versace, you know, Versace Eros, it could be too overtly sweet within this hotter weather. But this one is definitely something that you can pull off. It'll pop off your skin. And I'm probably going to look into getting me another backup bottle on this, because this one's a hit. This one is a hit, okay? Very fresh, inviting, uplifting as well. But like I was just mentioning, it has that same DNA and remnants of Versace Eros that everyone honestly loves, okay? Gotta grab it if you can. If you can't, get a sample. And if you still can't get a sample, I'm letting you know this is backup bottle worthy. Versace Eros Flame. We're almost getting close to the end of this list, okay? So the next fragrance that I have on this list is going to be from the House of Dior again, but this is an old school scent. You know, I got in this bottle a while ago, and I haven't really been putting too much of a dent in this, because it is not only nostalgic to me and also history, but it's also a formulation that is still from the beginning stages of this. So that is going to be from the House of Dior, like I said, and that is Fahrenheit. And everyone knows this bottle. So you have this petrol gasoline type of smell. This just smells like you've grown. Like when you put this on, you make a statement. You are a grown behind man. It's not the word that I want to say, but you are a grown behind man. And when you put this on, you have the utmost confidence going into any room, talking to anybody, and just kind of commanding the room. And you just feel like you feel like that guy. You know, leather jacket, the leather vibe has some violet leaf in there. This has a lot of floral notes to it. Has some tonka in here as well. They say that they have some citrus notes, maybe bergamot, but I don't really sense the bergamot, but I do sense this leathery cedar wood-ish type of essence that comes from this bottle. And like I said, this is an old fragrance that I got years ago, and I haven't gotten a new bottle of this because from what I've been hearing, they've been reformulating stuff with all fragrances because ingredients are expensive. But with this is near and dear to my heart, and I might have to get a backup bottle, and I might just have to put it side by side to see if there's any difference, but definitely backup bottle worthy. That is Dior's Fahrenheit. The last fragrance that I got on this list is, you'd find it funny how many bottles that I have on this table right now of this certain fragrance. And I've been talking about this fragrance ever since I started this channel, and ever since I had actually brought it up in a video. And that is going to be from the house of Banana Republic, and that is Banana Republic's Tonka Bean, or Tobacco and Tonka Bean. Tobacco and Tonka Bean. This right here, when I first smelt this, I said, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is just a plum bomb. This is what fall and winter smells like. It's a unisex scent. Has wet tobacco leaf. It has a nice burst of that plum, like I said, some vanilla, seductive, and just it fills up a room. It's just one of those things that when people smell this on you, they're just gonna want to hug you, and they don't know why. But you know, essentially the reason is this right here. And also, like I said, on that note,
Another one. Another one.
Let's see if I can get it.
Another one.
3 backup bottles of this. So you know I don't play with this scent because this is one of my signature scents, and I can't be mad at the fact I have so many of these. And on top of that, they're inexpensive too. You see these at Burlington, you see these at Ross, $20. And this is just a great fragrance, and especially when you let it macerate, like just kind of sit in the bottle, let it, you know, chill out before you put it on, because then it's gonna hit your skin, it's gonna pop off your skin, something crazy. That's why I have so many backup bottles of this, and I'm just so happy that I can be able to do that. The only thing, the con is this can only be worn in the colder weather. I wish I could be able to spray it, but it's not that type of fragrance to do. Maybe in the evening times, then by all means. Great scent. 8 to 10 hour, you got it on this. Banana Republics, tobacco, and Tonka Bean. So that was my backup bottle worthy fragrance list. Shout out to Ace Vendetta Smell Better for hitting your boy up on the tags. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell just so you know when I'm updating anything. You know, I had a mishap this past week. Rolled my ankle, something crazy, and you know, almost felt like I broke my toe on the other foot because I fell, you know, awkwardly. And we know, you know, if y'all know, as some athletes that are on, you know, the subscriber list or have been athletes, y'all know when that competitive nature starts to kick in, it's hard to, you know, shut it off. So it was very taxing on me to try and move around and get things done, but you know, I knew I had to get this done, and I want to get this done. I want to stay on top of this, and I want to give y'all some great content and material. So love y'all. Catch y'all in the next video. Peace.